If you were wondering whether The Sims 2 was worth the wait, the short answer is yes. It really is a great game, and if that's all you needed to hear, go out and get it. You're all set. But if you were looking for a little more info, let's take an in-depth look at The Sims 2. Now, like the first game, The Sims 2 lets you create a family of little computer people, build them a house, and set them loose in a virtual neighborhood. And like the first game, your Sims have different personalities and different needs. But now they also have memories, genetics, aging, and aspirations, among other things. Now, some of these things actually have a pretty big impact on the way the game plays, but to get the most out of them, you'll have to hunker down and really play with them a bit. For instance, memories happen at important parts of your Sims' lives, like when they get married or when they have a kid. These events have some influence on your Sims' behavior, but they don't profoundly change the basic game. On the other hand, aging and genetics let your Sims pass on their appearance and their personalities to their kids. In the first game, you could have your Sims get married and have a kid, but things never really went further than that. In The Sims 2, your Sims can get married, have children, grow old and die of old age, while their children grow up to raise a family of their own until they start to grow old themselves. So, if you care to, you can actually create a long-running family tree of many generations of Sims, though this takes a while. If you don't want your Sims to grow old and die, there's actually an all-new gameplay system called Aspirations and Fears. Now, your Sims can choose one of 5 different life goals, which boil down to immediate goals like buying a bookcase or becoming someone's best friend. If you keep satisfying these goals, your aspiration meter fills up until it turns platinum, and the more often it stays platinum, the longer your Sims stay young. Also, filling up your aspiration meter gets you aspiration points that you can use to buy extra special items, like a money tree that literally grows money, or a rejuvenation chamber that fills up pretty much all your Sims' needs. If you actually sit down and try to fulfill all your Sims' aspirations, The Sims 2 actually turns into a very challenging role-playing game, if you can believe that. Some critics said that the first Sims game didn't offer any clear objectives. Some even said that there wasn't anything to do other than kind of go into the bathroom. But the aspiration system definitely gives you a clear goal if you want to take it. And fortunately, your Sims needs run out a bit more slowly in The Sims 2, so you're not always running to the bathroom anyway. Otherwise, the game includes the building and buying modes you'd expect it to. Now, these modes let you buy up furnishings for your house and let you build up fabulous houses or outdoor lots. Interestingly, The Sims 2 does feature some of the options from the previous expansion packs, like the outdoor lots of Hot Date and the parties of the House Party expansion. But otherwise, the build and buy modes offer a decent amount of stuff to play with. Maybe not as much as you'd like, but then you could just say this leaves the door open for future updates. Otherwise, The Sims 2 looks and sounds great. The game is now fully 3D and the Sims are articulate and well-animated characters, though they still speak gibberish. There seems to be a somewhat limited number of gestures and interactions they can have, but on the whole the Sims look great and so do their houses and neighborhoods. In fact, if you have SimCity 4, you can actually build and import neighborhoods from that game. In the meantime, The Sims 2 also sounds great. It has a soundtrack from musician Mark Mothersbaugh that may not sound all that different from previous Sims products, but still sounds great and very appropriate. If you listen carefully, you can also still hear some pretty funny stuff pouring out of a radio or a TV set as well. The Sims 2 offers a decent amount of building content and an all-new way to play your Sims using aspirations. It would have been good to see a lot more additions made on all fronts, but again, maybe this is just the developer's way of leaving the door open for future updates. The game does have a built-in browser that you can use to browse and download new content from the official website, so hopefully the fan community will also pitch in and help fill things out. It seems the developers took many of the things that were great about the first Sims game and cranked it all up a notch. Playing through the sequel, you may wish that other things were also improved, or that some things had been taken up 2 or 3 notches, but for the most part, The Sims 2 is a great sequel and a great game.